Hey guys, what's up? I'm filming on a swing in North Carolina, so I'm gonna try not to wobble it too much because it's really hard to resist, but I won't be in focus if I do it, but I love swinging. So I am on a trip right now with James. We are on a road trip, and right now we are visiting his mom. So I wanted to remind you guys to follow our road trip vlogs, because if you've been following me for a long time and you followed my vlogs, I don't want to miss you, since I combine my vlogs with Bixby Films, and we've been having a lot of really fun vlogs and a lot of interesting stuff. And just a few days ago he got to meet his mom for the first time in like 21 years. So definitely some very interesting life stuff. So I'll put the link, and you guys probably know what it is anyway, but make sure that you subscribe over there and check out our road trip journey. We're having a lot of fun. So here I am again, trying to be your friendly YouTube advice columnist, I guess. Sometimes I feel really weird because I think of these things that I'm like, people just need to know this, and then I just feel embarrassed or shy or awkward because there are so many people on YouTube that do give advice, and there's a lot of them that I really like. But I guess that's just part of being an artist or being courageous, is just going ahead and just putting yourself out there. Even if somebody else already has said something similar and they've said it wonderfully, they still aren't going to say it exactly how I am. So, anyway, you guys seem to like these little advice things that I do, so here I go. So I was talking on Twitter with one of my viewers whose name is Bartosh, and his Twitter handle is @GARAILE. Sorry, I don't know how to say it. You can write it phonetically for me in the comments. But we were talking about what we were doing, and he said he's reading a book about losing weight. And he said he's hopeful, but starting a change in life is always tough. So I replied, it definitely is tough, believe me, I know, but much easier than staying the same and having regret, in my opinion. And he made me feel really good because he really liked what I said, and he retweeted it. But I notice a lot talking to people in my life, people that I know in person or that I know on YouTube. No matter what age they are, a lot of people they have so many wishes and so many dreams that they could accomplish, but they really aren't happy because they aren't going for them, and they feel like they'll never happen, or something's happened that's gone wrong in their life and it just wasn't. Oh my god, these birds are going crazy. Something's happened in their life that it didn't go according to the plan of how they wanted their beautiful life to go. That makes them feel like they can't really make a change going forward because they feel like they're behind, or they're older now, and it's too late to really make things the way that they want because the time has already passed. For me, living with regret that you didn't try to make your life the way that you want is one of the very worst things that you can have. And I'm fairly young, older than some of you, and I try not to have any regrets in my life. It doesn't mean that I do everything perfect at all. It just means that I go with my heart and I try the very hardest that I possibly can, and if something doesn't work out, then I don't end up having regrets about it because I just end up learning from it and going forward. One thing that is very important for me to remember is that there's no human in the world that really knows you and what you should be doing and what your life is better than yourself. Even though there are lots of people who have a lot of wisdom who can help you. Your friends, your parents, your teachers, or your reverends, or even kids, people younger than you, can also give you a lot of advice or a lot of insight into how to live life. But nobody knows what you're capable of. So, like, we have all of these discovery stories of, oh, this girl was walking in the mall and then she was discovered and she became a supermodel. So what that story is saying is that somebody else saw in her, supposedly, that she could be a supermodel, and they did all the work. They lifted her from this place of obscurity, and they gave her this beautiful dream that all these people want, or, you know, this guy became an actor or whatever. And in most cases, it just really, in any career, it just doesn't happen like that, because only you are inside of yourself, and only you know what you're capable of or what your dreams are. So recently I've become a lot more quiet of a person than I ever was before in my life, because I'm doing a lot of things with my life that are really unique and that a lot of people don't get. I'm sort of in the building stages of a lot of it. So when there's not a lot of physical stuff to show, like I go to a family reunion and they say, "Oh, what do you do?" And then I say, "I'm an actor. Here's my Oscar," or "Here's my DVD cover," or whatever. Without those things, it's hard for other people to understand anything. They're so used to normal things that they can't, it's not even anything personal against you. It's that even everybody has dreams to do something beautiful with their lives, and a lot of times they end up allowing them or forcing them to get crushed. And so the fact that those people can't understand what your dreams are should not make you feel bad, because if they can't understand what their own dreams are or how to reach them, how could they possibly give you that benefit of the doubt that you actually can do it? For me, to live the happiest life, you have to go with what your gut and what your heart tells you. Intuition and your gut feeling, for me, is wisdom that's coming from God that tells me advice on how to be. And I'm not even saying you have any specific God or anything like that, and you don't even have to believe in God, so don't turn me off because I said that. That's just my own personal feeling that I didn't listen to my intuition for a long time. I listened to my brain for a long time, and a lot of other people. And then I started realizing, you know, you pray and you ask for guidance, and it's kind of like that old story of the guy was drowning and he asked God for help, and then a boat went by and he didn't get on it because he knew that God was going to save him. And then a helicopter went by and he didn't get on it because he knew God was going to save him. And then he dies and he gets to heaven, and then he's like, "God, why didn't you save me?" And God was like, "Didn't you see the helicopter and the boat and all these things that I sent for you?" So for me, my intuition, that is the answer to my prayers, because it's all of my awareness and all of my experience combining with something else that's coming in to help me understand what to do and what to follow. And ever since I've been doing that and really following my heart in the last 2 years or so, I've been happier than I've ever been in my life. And I don't sit there and just wonder what's going to happen or what's right for me. I don't really have those feelings anymore, because I've sort of taken the time to follow my path and my passions to see what they really are. And I really suggest that the earlier you can do this, the better. I was lucky to grow up in alternative schools where I did a lot of projects. And then as I got to college, I did a thesis. So I was able to think, what is my passion? And go through it academically. And a lot of people aren't able to do that. So sometimes it takes a little bit longer. Oh, the birds are just looking at their babies like they're in love. They're so cute. But to me, it really doesn't matter how old you are. Even if you've gone your entire life full of regret, full of fear, you know that it doesn't feel good to live like that. And it feels terrible. And whenever I have something that gets in like my stomach and the back of my head, and it's like I'm afraid to do that, or even if it's just something I'm putting off, like making a phone call I don't really want to make, I just try to do it right away, because it's still going to be there. It's still going to be nagging me. I just read about this guy. His name is the Turban Torpedo. I'm not sure what his real name is, but he's over 100 years old. I think he's like 107. He started running marathons when he was in his 80s because his wife and child passed away. I guess he needed something to do, so he started running marathons in his 80s. And it wasn't even like he'd been running them his whole life, and now he's in his 100s, and he's still running marathons. And I think that's just such a great story, because I really don't think it matters how old you are. You can always decide to do something that you've always wanted to, or that makes you happy. And another really inspiring example was Julian Fellowes, who wrote Downton Abbey, and he also wrote a lot of other things, but I saw an interview with him, and he compared his life to the story of the tortoise and the hare, because he said he's the tortoise and he got married really late in life, and he got his fame really late in life and his success, and everything just slowly built up for him. But for me, I'd much rather be that old person that's finally getting to my success, or even if I never make it, I'd just much rather have done that than just sat at home and never known or just been afraid. And one of my favorite movies, which is by one of my favorite directors, Baz Luhrmann, who did Moulin Rouge and Great Gatsby, it's called Strictly Ballroom, and it's one of his first films, and they have a saying in there. It's in Spanish. I think it is, "Vivir en miedo es como vivir a medias." I might have gotten a little bit of the grammar wrong because they say it really fast, but it's a life lived in fear is a life half lived. And I definitely think that living by that it's just a really good way to live a healthy life. And nothing is easy. You guys, I wish I could tell you every single step of my journey that I've been on, because then maybe you would understand a little bit more of the hard things that I've been through. You do understand some of them, but not all, because I just can't share all of them. But life is extremely hard, and everybody that you see up there that's successful, if they've had it easy, then I feel sorry for them, because they missed out on the learning experience. I would never even, if I had my choice, I would never choose to go through life and just have it be 100% perfect, because that's not what life is about. It's about living things, making mistakes, making huge messes, learning from them, and yeah, that's my take on it. And I hope that if you were kind of halfway feeling like this, or there was something that you really wanted to do but you just didn't know if you should take that step, I hope that this will help you, and that you'll know that even if nobody's on your side, your family doesn't understand, your friends don't understand, whatever, even if I can understand, if you want to become a real life underwater living SpongeBob, that is up to you. Your dream is up to you, and you seeing what you are capable of inside of your heart and actually making it happen, that's all up to you. But know that I'm on your side, and I believe in you guys, and I'm there with you, being a weirdo and having everybody think I'm a weirdo too. So, and just remember, everybody that's done remarkable things, and even if you don't make it into some Hall of Fame one day, but just doing that one thing that scares you, for you, that is an incredible accomplishment. Those people that have done those things that are great, like walking on the moon. Everyone wasn't walking on the moon because that's why it sounded crazy, you know, because if everyone was doing it, it wouldn't end up being as amazing as it ends up being. And everybody has their own journey, so the scale might be different for different people. It might be just learning something small, but for all of us, it is huge to take that step, to be brave. I'm trying to hurry now because I'm running out of room on my card, and now I'm just losing it. But I hope you guys like this. As you guys can see, I tried to dye my hair dark brown with my Light Mountain dark brown henna hair dye, and it washed out really quickly. So I am going to be talking to them and asking them how to solve that problem, so that if anybody else wants to go from red to brown, it's not that the product is messed up, it's just that I did something wrong, or it might take 2 applications because I've been doing the red for so long. But yeah, so that's why I'm back to red. Anyway, I really hope you guys will come subscribe over on Bixby Films so you can follow what we're doing on our road trip. We're having a great time. I hope you have a lovely day, and I'd really love to hear from you. So I will talk to you soon. Bye!
What's up, guys? So we wanted to film this video today. It's kind of the shortest vlog we probably ever had, but
on Twitter. Oh my god, that bird is so pretty! There is a nest of some kind of bird. I'm not sure what it is, but they live in this fern right here. Let me try to capture them. See, he has something in his mouth. The babies are in the fern, but they don't want to go in when I'm sitting here because they're too shy. I'm not gonna take your babies. They just like you.